It has been argued that the insecurity and other vices in Nigeria to end, the government must ensure adequate deterrence for criminals. And Ondo State High Court, sitting in Akure, has sentenced to death by hanging 3 out of 4 persons that killed Olufunke Olakuri, daughter of Afenifere Leader Reuben Fasoranti, in June 2019. The trial judge, Justice William Olamide, however, discharged and acquitted one of the accused, Auwàl Abubakar. Let's share the story by TVC News Ayodiji Muradeyo with you.
After months of legal fireworks, justice has finally been served on the killers of Olufunke Olakuri, daughter of the Afenifere Leader, Reuben Fasoranti. Mrs. Olakuri was killed on July 12, 2019, along Ore-Ijebu Ode Road in Odigbo local government area of Ondo State when she was on her way from Akure to Lagos to attend a social function. The first 3 suspects were charged with murder contrary to Section 316 and punishable under Section 319 of the Criminal Code. They were also charged with conspiracy to commit armed robbery and actual commission of the crime, contrary to Section 1 of the Robbery and Firearms Special Prohibition Act. The culprits pleaded not guilty to the 8-count charge preferred against them. The trial judge, Justice William Olamide, while delivering his judgment, faulted the claims of the suspects, saying their evidences were afterthought to escape the wrath of the law. The court consequently convicted them on the 8-count charge, while the 4th suspect, Auwàl Abubakar, was discharged for conspiracy, aiding and abetting. Counsel in the case reacted to the judgment.
They were fixed to the scene of the crime, and cogent evidence were given by persons who were with them in the forest for 7 days. Particularly, the driver of the deceased, who was kidnapped for 7 days. The evidence led by the prosecution, and have sentenced the 1st, 2nd, and the 3rd defendant to death by hanging. That was the decision of the court based on the evidence led by the prosecution before the court.
As you can see that the verdict and the judgment of the court has been delivered in this case. We appreciate the court for the diligence of the court in this case. You also observe that one among the defendants was exonerated by the court from the judgment of the court. In the interim, we're going to take a critical look of the judgment of the court. We're going to diagnose it.
The trial judge commiserated with the family of the victim and asked the government to urgently do something about the rising cases of criminal activities. Ayodiji Muradeyo, TVC News, Akure.
One of the few cases that I'm seeing to a logical conclusion, and a lot of Nigerians, they've been clamoring that, look, it's not just saying they've been apprehended and the end, that will be the end to that case. Now, from 2019 to 2022, that like 3 years trial, but then justice was served today.
Yes, I've always wanted to see justice served in this matter, because that is the only way the policemen who handle this prosecution can feel fulfilled. What is the point in risking your life, chasing criminals, getting hold of them, and then at the end of the day, the prosecution is frustrated and justice is not served, or if it's served, it's delayed. So the policemen who arrested these guys and successfully prosecuted them are the heroes in this matter. The former police commissioner of Osun State, William Olamide, his men led this operation. His men successfully executed his mandate to have these guys arrested, because they caused so much tension. The death of the woman caused so much tension, given the fact that she was daughter of
Afenifere
Leader. It caused so much tension across the country.
Yes.
Ethnic tension.
Yes, between the north and the south.
Yes. You know?
At that time, this thing happened.
So, fortunately now, they were arrested and they've been convicted. Well, this is not the final court, so they may decide to appeal.
Yeah.
They may decide to appeal.
But
But
for that fact that
I would want
the
to see...
case has been dispensed on.
We want to see even the appeal handled expeditiously. We do not have to waste time. And when they are finally sentenced to death by the final court, we want to see the governors show courage.
Yes.
All this cowardice that they demonstrate by refusing to search that one, it has to stop. I mean, I don't understand. If the judiciary has done its job, your own job is to simply let these guys go and have a date with their maker. So what is it? What's all this delay? Our courts are congested already, so governors should help us by signing their death warrants once presented to them. The unfortunate thing is also that some of these guys, when they are sentenced to death, because not all our prisons are equipped with the facility to hang them, to take their lives. Even when they are sent to some states where we have the facility, some of those governors too, because they are required by law to sign, some of them will refuse to sign. So they can't be taking people's lives, and then when they are sentenced to death, will be reluctant to take their own life. Governors must show courage. Enough of this cowardice.
Emeka, now justice has prevailed at long last, and a lot of Nigerians will wish that most of these kidnappers, they will have their day in court.
Yeah, more of them, as many of them as possible. I mean, because human life has almost become worthless in Nigeria. People just kidnap people, kill them, even collect ransom from their family, ransoms from their families, from their family members, kill them. You know. What is going on? This is not a Obesian state. This is not a jungle. This is a country, a nation with laws governed by a constitution. So if people will conduct themselves as outlaws, who feel they are above the law, then they must be taught very hard lessons. I'm happy about her own case, about the case of this woman, because it was the killing of the woman was really painful. It hurt. It pained a lot of us. Why would somebody just go away? Why would her life be cut short like that? I mean, is it that people just feel they can do what they like and just get away with it? No. That the killers should be caught and made a very clear example of. And I'm happy that the judge, in spite of the issues that attended the case, they are not having representation at the time and all of that. In spite of all of that, the matter has come to a final conclusion because of the court of first instance. I think the prosecution should be commended, and the justice has been served. The court should be commended too. So other courts where you have such matters should expedite action on this thing, should deal with this matter. There are still certain matters that are still hanging, and relatives of the victims are in agony, are in pain. They are demanding justice. They are demanding justice. People should be, the law must effectively bite in Nigeria so that people will respect the sanctity of human life.
Respecting the sanctity of human life. On a final note on this, when you look at, the clamors at that time, and you look at this state of insecurity from 2019 till this time, what will you say? Do you think the situation has changed? As at that time, these guys made inroad into the southern part of the country, the southwest, all over. Now, what has changed in 2022?
No, I would not say that there is significant improvement. in Ondo and Osun, yes, we can see improvement. But that Ibadan-Ijebu-Ode road remains notorious, the old road remains notorious for kidnappings. If you are going towards Auchi, you are going towards Ondo State, from Kogi, or even from this side, a lot of kidnappings still take place. Remember the Nigerian based in the US who came home for Christmas, who came to Ondo State for Christmas, and they were kidnapped. He was coming to Lagos to board his fight, and they were kidnapped, and eventually he was killed. Because these guys, they do not even have patience. They will be taking you through several kilometers in the bush. If you cannot move fast, they can shoot you. That's what they do. So I want to see improvement. 2019 to this time, there has not been any improvement at all across. When you are looking at what goes on across the country, the rate of kidnapping has not decreased. In fact, it has gone up significantly. But at least in Ondo State, we noticed improvement thanks to Amotekun. There have been occasions when they even kidnapped lorry loads of people who were heavily armed. They came with their weapons. So I think that without Amotekun, it would have been worse. And this woman's death was the major trigger for the setting up of Amotekun at that time. Yes, it was the major. She was killed on July 12, 2019. After that, Amotekun came to be in 2020. You know?
The year after.
Yes.